everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our webinar, How to Fund Your Business. My name is Kelly Blount, and I'm the Program Marketing Specialist here at General Electric Credit Union. We're so glad you've joined us as we have a lot of great content ahead. Thanks to technology, we're excited to be able to connect with you on such a great topic and wanted to thank you all for tuning in from the comfort of your home, work, or wherever you are today. With that, I'm going to turn this over to Katie Burba to introduce herself and today's guest speaker.
Thanks, Kelly, and good morning, everyone. As Kelly mentioned, my name is Katie Burba. I am the Small Business and Commercial Lending Manager here at General Electric Credit Union. Our goal is to form a productive relationship with our business members to become their trusted financial partner and help guide them to success with our knowledge and experience and product offerings. Last year, we began offering a series of webinars to assist our members improve the quality of their business financial life. If we can assist you and your business with our financial offering or banking advice, please reach out and we look forward to working with you. So now on to our distinguished guest. Eric is a business advisor with the Small Business Development Center of Hamilton County with the SBDC. And their services include business assessment evaluation, cash flow analysis, financial projection development, strategic business planning, one-on-one business counseling, identifying sources of capital, workshops and training programs, marketing strategy development, market feasibility and research, and export assistance. Prior to his work with SBDC, Eric has been a business owner as well as a participant in corporate America. Eric served as president and CEO of his jewelry manufacturing company in Cleveland, Ohio. It was started with humble beginnings as he was the only employee, but the company quickly grew to 10 full-time employees. Several years into the company's operation, he partnered with a diamond importer in India to expand the products they were able to offer to their customers. Later in his career, he moved on to corporate America. There he took a role of district manager over a 5-state territory and generated over $15 million a year in sales and led a team of 115 members. As a side job, he also was a chief flight instructor and charter pilot for a local company. In this role, he helped to grow the business by cultivating customer relationships to acquire more students. As a result, Eric loves to share his experiences and help with new and existing businesses to attain their goals. So it's my pleasure to introduce you to Eric Williams.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Katie. My name is Eric Williams. As it was stated, I am with the SBDC of Hamilton County. I'm one of the certified business advisors that helps businesses through startup growth, along with providing information about programs that we are made aware of. Today, we will review some of the grants that we were made aware of last year. This will hopefully lead to a better understanding of the process and how to be notified when these opportunities arise. It's kind of common misconception about the SBDC. So I wanted to just kind of clarify this. The Small Business Development Center does not have access to grants to be awarded to the business community. We are made aware of grants as they become available from local, state, and federal governments. Once we are made aware of the new programs, we work within our network of contacts and clients to notify them of the programs along with what will be required to qualify for these programs. I just wanted to kind of touch these programs are gone, but these are some of the things that we were heavily involved in over the last year and a half, 18 months actually. Both these programs were large in scope and funded by the SBA. I wanted to talk about these programs because they were covered in the news media throughout the initial days of the pandemic, along with being expanded as it continued. The Paycheck Protection Protection Plan, or PPP loans, as they came to be known, were put into place to allow businesses to maintain current staffing through the closure and other challenges that presented itself throughout those difficult times. The guidance we offered throughout these programs was providing clarity on how to apply, who could apply, working through the forgiveness process. The loans under $150,000 were turned into grants and didn't require to be repaid. Some of the opportunities that we made clients aware of were the simple fact that if they didn't apply for the first round of PPP money over concerns of having to pay it back, we were able to clarify that they would be eligible for the first and a second draw PPP money. Then if they were below the $150,000 threshold and used the monies as intended, they would be forgiven for both loans, and they became grants. We worked with clients to assure that they had all the correct documentation to complete the forgiveness. We also hosted webinars on how the paperwork was to be completed to assure there would be no mistakes during the forgiveness window. Another program that we helped out with a lot, and this ended on the 31st of December, was the COVID-19 Economic Injury Disaster Loan, or more affectionately known as the EIDL loan. It was not widely published, but offered some very beneficial programs. The targeted advance was directed at specific communities throughout the United States. This is the grant portion of this program. The individuals we worked with received between $5,000 and $10,000 in grant money, as long as they met the criteria. Others received loans that had very favorable interest rates and grace periods as far as payments and all kinds of stuff. And this is just a few of the programs that we really worked with. Currently, right now, we have a program. It's called the Verizon Small Business Digital Ready program. Basically, what it is the part of the Verizon's commitment to providing 1 million small businesses with resources to help them thrive in the digital economy. This portal will equip small business owners of color and critically underserved communities with the tools they need to establish and sustain and grow their businesses. We introduce small businesses to the portal, and they will benefit from accessing an integrated, customized learning plan. Each learning plan will be tailored based on the information the small business owner shares about the status of their business, their demographics, and their needs. Their plan will contain a mix of content and curriculum, coaching, mentorship, peer network opportunities, and financial and non-financial incentives. There are many small business resources available in the market. The Verizon Small Business Digital Ready portal integrates approachable digital ready resources for small business owners. I've personally checked into this. There's some great stuff in here. One of the big areas that they touch on is SEO, which is search engine optimization. This basically provides you with a firm understanding of how to make your website move up the list when consumers are searching for your products or services online. They also help you understand how blogs can be written about your product or your service. This one I found to be very informative. It can be done with artificial intelligence, which is very interesting. So again, the Verizon Small Business Digital Ready program is part of Verizon's commitment to provide support for 1 million small businesses over the next decade. Your business deserves to be one of them. Another one that we're hosting right now in partnership with the PepsiCo Foundation and the National Urban League is the Urban League of Greater Southwestern Ohio has launched the Foundation of Food Entrepreneurship program under the Black Restaurant Accelerator program. This is an accelerated and comprehensive 10-week business development program designed for African American food service businesses, owners who want to build and sustain a scalable companies. At the core of this program is a community of peers where classmates support and encourage one another to pursue business growth. The course is guided by certified program directors, course facilitators, and subject matter experts. The highly selective program is limited to 10 participants per cohort. Our objective is to help these businesses become profitable, nimble, and thrive. I guess the question is, why would you participate in something like this? Through our network of business leaders and industry experts, The Foundation of Food Entrepreneurship program will help you get connected to a community of food industry experts and business owners, evaluate the sustainability of your business, learn how to grow food or a beverage product, ask questions and get answers from experts and peers through the program, gain new skill sets and knowledge related to marketing, developing, pitching to buyers, and more. Learn strategies to sustain your business in times of crisis and build in a recovery. Practice skills targeted at alternative strategies for growth, and potentially obtain a $10,000 grant. Now, in order to receive the $10,000, you will need to successfully complete the program. Successful completion includes attending at least 8 of the 10 sessions. Now, what the SBDC of Hamilton County does is we help our clients and our contacts. We help find new customers by providing targeted market research for the product or service you are offering. Help you apply for business loans by working through a detailed cash flow analysis to identify how you will need to increase performance, along with demonstrating to the lender that you are prepared to answer questions and present a detailed provide detailed financial projections, which increases their confidence in your ability to pay the money back. We help increase sales by providing feedback while you develop a marketing strategy. One of my favorite marketing sayings is, a business card, Facebook page, and a flyer do not represent a marketing strategy. So we definitely enjoy getting in and working with that. We help manage finances by working with the individual business owners to create budgets, how to calculate overhead into their product and service. We also help develop business plans. These are living, breathing documents that help set mileposts so that the business owner can assess if they are growing, slowing, or stagnating. A business plan will also need to be updated as the business develops, which we help people with that too. We do that weekly, where we get businesses that are going along and they're getting ready to make that next jump, and they want to talk a little bit more through it. We help expand internationally by connecting you with some of our resource partners that handle international import-export. We also do intellectual property and things like that as well. Again, I want to say thank you. Again, my name is Eric Williams. I'm with the SBDC of Hamilton County. That is my contact information. One of the best things we offer, and I want to just kind of get that out there, is the partnership with the SBDC and with the BAs here, the business advisors. As we become familiar with these grants, what we do is we get the information out to you as soon as we hear about it. We move it out because we've had conversations, detailed conversations. We know what your business is. We know what your service is, what your product is, whatever the case may be. And as we get this information, as it comes to us, what we do is we push this out to you so that you have everything you need. We get you all the forms you need to fill out, all that kind of stuff. We can answer your questions, and we kind of walk you through the process to make it a little easier. And it makes it, I think it helps the business owners, because you're so busy with so many other things. This is just kind of having somebody to help you there that's kind of looking out for you in a way to really kind of clear things up. So are there any questions?
Yes, thank you, Eric. So for everyone on today's webinar, with there being a wider range of grants, and we know grants can be confusing, and it's something we receive a lot of questions on. So we wanted to make today an open Q&A on grants, more so. So if you have any questions you would like to ask Eric here, our expert, today we are going to be taking questions until around 12:30, unless there are no more questions. But again, we want to make this a Q&A and most valuable for your time. So if you have any questions on grants, go ahead and submit those in your question feature, and we will get those asked in our time today. The first question we have is, besides government grant options, are there foundations or other places to find grant options, and what is the best way to find them?
Let me get off mute there. I apologize. A lot of that is partnering with the SBDC. The best way to answer that, yes, there are there are monies out there like that, but knowing what your business is gives us a little more guidance as to moving you in the right direction towards one of those grants. Does that answer that question?
I believe so. If
Okay.
you have any further questions on that, again, please submit that using your chat feature. The next question we have is from the chat. I would like to start a business as a grant finder for other businesses. How can I get connected?
Well, are you looking to be a grant finder or a grant writer? Because there's two different things there. The grant writer is that's a great way to do it if you write grants. I do not do that, so I'm not going to go delve into that too far. As far as starting a business, do that. I'm trying to be delicate in how I answer this one. We do it for free, so it would be it's challenging. It's challenging to answer that one. I do apologize.
Is
Get back to you on that one.
This next question is in regard to your grant finders versus grant writers. Does anyone at the SBDC write grants, or is your service more so just to help businesses find grants?
It's to help you find the grants. We do not write them, no.
Thank you. The next question is, are grants also open to nonprofits?
Yes, they are. That's one of the biggest misnomers out there, is a nonprofit actually needs to turn a profit through the grants. Because that's always one of the questions I ask when somebody approaches us with wanting to start a nonprofit. It's, where is the money coming from? That's where having a grant writer comes in.
Okay, and then this next question is a follow-up to that. They are stating, I need help with funds for my nonprofit website. How can the SBDC help?
Partnering with one of us can help out, and once we know what your business is, then we can find out what we have available to us.
Okay, and if somebody would like to schedule a meeting with the SBDC, how would they do that?
They go through the SBDC website, and then you can sign up through there. Basically, you go location, which is Union Institute of Cincinnati, and then request a counselor.
Perfect. And then could you provide the website that I could put in the chat for everyone on the webinar today?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. The next question is, why are grants offered in the first place?
Why are they offered? Was that the question?
Yes.
Well, it's a way to stimulate business and potentially help underserved businesses and so on. And then the biggest thing we've had recently was just the effects of the COVID.
The next question is, do all grants have follow-up requirements to use? I'm sorry, let me reread this. Do all grants have follow-up requirement to use the funds awarded?
You know what? A lot of that depends on the grants. The vast majority of them do come with stipulations, and you have to use it for that. So I guess to answer that accurately, it would be yes. There is the potential for follow-up. I mean, even with the PPP and some of the EIDL and things like that, they were telling everybody to hang on to those records for several years, showing what the funds were used for.
The next question is, how does the SBDC get paid when finding grants for businesses?
We are paid by the SBA. We're funded by the government. We don't take a percentage of the grant. We don't take any money at all, actually.
Thank you. It looks like we have a couple more questions. Again, if you have a question you'd like to ask Eric today, please go ahead and put that in your chat feature. And then Eric also put the link to the SBDC website in the chat for those of you who were asking. The next question is, how long does it take to get money from government grants once or if approved?
It depends on the grant. I'm going to go with the ones that I talked about earlier, the PPP and the IDA loans. As long as you have everything completed correctly and you submit the documentation the way they want it and fill everything in correctly, I'm going to say 30 days probably. We had the IDA loans. I know those were going out pretty fast in December as I had folks filling those out in November, December, and we're getting the money at the end of December. We had another grant that came up last year. It was called the 513 grant, which I didn't list that one on the webinar, but it was a grant for Hamilton County, for businesses in Hamilton County that were affected by COVID. That money we started talking about that one in November. That money was paid out by the end of December. So that would have been about 2 months.
Thank you. And then this will be our last question unless anybody has anything else they would like to have asked. So please put that in your chat to get that asked after this one. So this last question is, how do I know if my business is eligible for a grant?
That's where the partnership with the SBDC really helps. What you're with a business advisor, it's a partnership. We have detailed conversations and we take copious amounts of notes to know what your business is. And then as we hear about these grants, we reach out to you and tell you about the grants. I'll be honest with you, none of us sit down and make the call what you are going to qualify for and what you're not going to qualify for. If your business is a lawn care business and we get a grant that's for the food service industry, obviously I'm not going to send that to you because you wouldn't qualify for that. But that's about as far as we go to qualifying anything, is we just know what your business is, and then we let you know about those grants.
Thank you. And we did receive another question in the chat. It's stating, I was denied a PPL for my nonprofit because of its small size. What are the options for small nonprofits?
That I would have to check in that one.
All right, well, that is all the questions we have today. If you think of any questions after today's webinar, Eric's contact information is up on the screen, and I will be sharing Katie's contact information again as well if you would like to reach out with any questions that you think of after today's webinar. But for now, that's going to conclude our Q&A session. With that, thank you all so much for joining us today, and have a great rest of your day.